Jasnidhi, namaste.
नमस्ते भैया।
जी जी, we'll start in a while. Let's wait for a couple of minutes for some more
Yes,
participants to come. Kindly share any screen till then, Didi, if possible.
yes,
Actually, I'm on mobile right now.
yeah, I will do it.
Thank you.
ये मिला था मुझसे। Namaste and good evening. Welcome to the eSIP session on UHV 1, session 11. So today's session is on the fulfillment in relationship. We are going to discuss about the other feelings, shifting from competition to excellence, shifting from infatuation to love. So before going on with today's session, these are the home assignments which has been given for the last session. So in the last session, we were discussing about the respect, difference and differentiation. So you are asked to have the right evaluation of yourself, to mention 5 points, and also to check when you were over, under, or otherwise evaluated in the past. You would have some experience like this. But how did you feel at each case? And you can also check with an example for each case. Then the second assignment is to see how you feel when the other differentiates in the relationship. How do you feel when you try to differentiate or to show that you are special? You can also check on 1 or 2 incidences of these situations. And finally, whether you are being able to explore regarding the complementaritiness in your close relationship. And it has been asked to give 1 or 2 examples as how you can be complementary to a person who is different from you, who has the difference like the age, religion, sector, belief, and so on. So I hope you would have done this assignments, and if you have something to reflect on this, you can do it. And if there is nothing to reflect, we will move on with today's session. As I said before, it's session 11, fulfillment in relationship. We are going to talk about the other feelings which will help us to shift from what we are having now, the competition, to excellence. And similarly, to see what love is. So far, this is what we have seen when we started with the harmony at the level of family. We have discussed the feeling of trust and respect. Trust is to assure that the other wants to make me happy. So this is the assurance that the natural acceptance of the other is to make me happy and prosperous. Intention is nothing but the natural acceptance that every one of us have. And when I have this trust with the other, then to have a successful program, to have the mutual fulfillment in relationship, it is essential to rightly evaluate myself as well as the other. And this is what we have seen as the right evaluation. The right evaluation is nothing but the respect. So can you see that the trust, which is the assurance, and the respect, which is the right evaluation, are the base of any relationship? Be it the relationship with your family members, our friends, our neighbors, and after completing the degree, we will be going and we'll be working in a firm or in an organization. So anywhere, everywhere, when we are looking at the relationship, are we able to see that the trust and respect are at the base? Yes. So with this, we will now move on to the next feeling, affection. So what is affection? So what the proposal says is the affection is the feeling of being related to the other. I'm related to my friend. I'm related to my family members. We do say, right, like, he's my relative, she's my relative, he's my distant relative, close relative, blood relation, so many things. But affection is the feeling of being related to the other. That is, accepting the other as the relative. That the other is like me. So when do I accept the other? And I'm able to have this assurance and the right evaluation. When I'm able to see the trust and the respect with the other, then naturally this feeling of being related with the other follows. Are we able to say this? See, one has the responsibility and commitment for the mutual fulfillment in relationship, isn't it? When I say that I have a relationship or I have a friend, then it's my responsibility and commitment for the mutual fulfillment. So when I want to ensure the mutual fulfillment, then there comes all these feelings. I need to ensure all these feelings. And we can generally see this feeling of affection will be very evident from our parents. Parents generally will be having affection for their children, and we do also reciprocate the same towards our parents. Not only with the parents, the siblings, friends. And this is only possible when I'm able to see that the other is related to me. Where will I show my affection? Am I able to have this feeling of affection with everyone whom I see or with whom I come into contact? Or is it like only when I'm able to see my relatedness with the other, then I'm able to have this feeling of affection for the other? We can check this. And these things which is given over here, like opposition, jealousy, so all these are the indicators that I'm not able to ensure this feeling of being related to the other. When will I get opposed to the other? When there is the absence of this affection towards the other. When do I get jealous about the other? When I'm not able to relate myself with the other, then I will be having this jealousy over him. See, we can see when my sibling is going to come first, then I do say that he's my brother or sister who has done it. But does the same feeling remains with us when somebody else is going to get the first prize or bag the first prize? And if it is not that, then are we able to see that we are missing this feeling of being related to the other? See what happens when I have this feeling of affection towards the other, then I naturally take care of them. I naturally tend to take care of their body and I naturally tend to give guidance for them. This is one of the outcome, natural outcome, when I'm able to ensure this feeling of relatedness with the other. But what is happening? We will take some examples or some real life scenarios which is happening. Have you gone through this ragging? I hope some of us would have gone through this ragging. And if you have gone through this, or if you are a part of this, what do you think? Can you just recall how it feels when you are hurt by someone? See, this is normally the kind of things that is happening in the college, right? Like when you have the newcomers, so it's like all the seniors, they tend to show their dominance. And how do they show it? It's like they tease the newcomers, make a fun of them, and they do think it's just a fun. So I do ask them to do something, and it's like all the seniors are a gang, so they try to have fun with the newcomers, thinking that it's the real fun. But what about its impact on the newcomer? See, every senior who is doing a higher semester would have been a newcomer in the initial phase. And if such kind of things has happened to you, what was your feeling at that particular moment when you were hurt by someone? You might have forgotten it right now after so many years, but still, when you look into that moment of how you felt, do you feel that you have been hurted and you felt bad or you are being disturbed? So it hurts, right? Whoever may be the newcomer, whoever may be the seniors, when you go on with such kind of teasing and making fun of the other, thinking that it's just for the sake of fun, it do hurts. So what do you think? Is it a good idea to seek enjoyment by hurting the others, by impacting the others, by making the other to feel disturbed? But when I say I want to have or I want to develop a, a mutual relationship with the newcomers whom I'm not familiar and they are not familiar, then do we tend to have this meaningful interactions and interaction with affection and interaction with a feeling of relatedness to the other? Instead of doing something without the lack of affection, can I do this? See, generally, we'll take up this case. How do we feel when a relative comes to our home? We feel happy about it, right? When we see a friend or relative coming to our home, we feel happy about it. We would like to share all those things that has happened from the moment we have met them in the last time till now, and we do also love to listen to them. Like it's a kind of exchange of feelings, and we talk, we talk, we use this body to communicate in order to have this exchange of feelings. And this is interaction. You feel comfortable talking with the other, you make the other feel comfortable. So both of us are feeling comfortable, which means I am having a meaningful interaction, which mutually fulfills the relationship. And when we have such kind of conversation, then we feel connected with them. And that's how we take care of them. We take care of their needs. We try to facilitate them. We try to give this care and guidance. Are we able to see this? Are we able to see what is happening when I'm conversing or when I'm dictating or when I'm dominating the other without the lack of affection or without or being with the lack of affection? And what happens when I communicate with the other with this feeling of affection? Both are being mutually fulfilled in relationship. Are we able to see this? So when I'm able to see that when my communication is in such a way that I am interacting with the other with the feeling of affection, then we can also think how can we go on with developing our friendship or relationship with the newcomers or with the seniors rather than having this ragging. See, we are going to stay in an institute, say, for 3 to 4 years minimum. So that is where every one of us, some of you would have been a day scholar and some of you would be an hosteler. So it means that almost most of the time in a day we are going to spend together. And for those who are staying in hostel, then it's like we'll be meeting the parents once in 2 months or once in a semester. So of course, a very warming and healthy interaction is needed because we are going to be as a family. We are going to stay together at least for this 3 to 4 years. And and that is how we are going to be related with each other. So we want to know about each other. It's not that you stay in this room, I stay here, but still I don't know. I'm not much connected with you, and we carry out forward this for 3 to 4 years. That can happen. So we want to get connected with each other. We want to know each other so that that can be of help for each other in the process of understanding, in the process of learning. Like even if it is going to be learning a subject, it's like learning together. The seniors will be able to help you up in getting to know about the institution as how to go on, like giving insights on like what are the courses you can take. So much of things can happen. And we'll be having all these interdepartmental things uh, and events. So obviously it is needed and healthy interaction is needed. But to ensure this healthy interaction, can we think of ways to develop the interaction other than ragging? With the feeling of affection, we can work together, right? That is, we can work for the excellence in each other. When I'm being connected with uh, the people around me in the institute, then each one of us can be of an help. That's what we have discussed about what is this complementariness. So we can be of help to get the excellence, but before that, we will check for ourselves, is this excellence is naturally acceptable to me? What do you want? And what is this excellence? Is excellence all about being better than another in a specified domain or in specified skill or in specified area? Or is it something else? What do you think? What do we mean by this term excellence? See, we have discussed and we have seen that every one of us wants to be happy. It's not only the everyone who are here, but every human being wants to be happy. And when we check about the basic human aspiration, it's like being happy and prosperous in continuity. So every one of us wants that. Every one of us wants to have this basic aspiration, and that's where we are trying to make a program to fulfill this aspiration. So when I say excellence, can I say that someone who has fulfilled his basic aspiration of being in continuity of happiness and prosperity, so someone who is in this state, can we call them as the one who is excelled? So what else is left when I'm able to see that, when I'm able to ensure that I'm being in a continuous state of happiness by understanding and living in harmony at all the levels of being, like starting with the individual, family, nature, and society, then what else is there? And what else is left out? Have we left out anything? If I'm able to ensure all this harmony at all the four levels. What do you think? So if I have not left out anything, then can I call that particular person who is in the state of excellent to be the one who has excelled? So basically, it's not that being better than another in a particular area. It's that being in a state of harmony at every moment. So that is the state of excellence. So what do you think? Do you have this natural acceptance for excellence? So if I have this natural acceptance for excellence, then we will also look into the program for it. How to ensure the excellence? Can it be ensured through competition or through collaboration? You can respond in the chat, or if you have some reflection to be shared, you can also share the reflections. Can I ensure excellence through competition? Or can I ensure it through collaboration? So when I say competition, we all know what does a competition mean. Competition is basically getting to the first, getting on the top, which means that I am different from the other. So excellence is being in a state of happiness throughout, understanding and living in harmony. So when I say this excellence, is it possible to get it through competition? So when I can see that competition will not be a program for excellence, then I can work for excellence through collaboration. So excellence is this. Excellence is having the basic aspiration, understanding harmony and living in harmony, which means that I'm able to ensure the continuous happiness in me at all the levels of being. As a human being, individual human being, I'm able to ensure happiness. As a member in the family, I'm able to ensure this mutual fulfillment, and also with the society and as an unit in nature and existence. So when I say I want to make an effort for excellence, then as we discussed before, through competition, I will not be able to have the program for excellence, because in competition, I want to be the first, which means I avoid the others to come to my level. Or in other ways, we can also say that it's like the one who wants to be the first will try to avoid the other to come to his or her level. So, when I say I want to make an effort for excellence, it basically means I help to bring the other to my level. So everyone can excel, right? So excellence can be achieved by the collaboration, by helping each other, trying to bring them to the higher competence level. And reverence is the feeling of acceptance for excellence. When I see that someone has excelled, someone is able to have this state, someone is able to ensure this continuous happiness in them, then the feeling that I have towards the other, the feeling of acceptance I have towards the other is reverence. Any reflections on this? We can also do the self-reflection. So we will try to understand this. How many students in a class can understand? When something is being discussed in the class, what do you think? How many students in the class will be able to understand? And at the same time, how many students can come first in the class? What do you think? Is it possible that every student in the class will be able to understand? Let me say that I have a class with a strength of 50 and I'm going to discuss something with them. And is it possible for all 50 to understand the concept and achieve excellence in the concept? But when I make a competition to see how many students can come first in the class, only one can come first in the class, isn't it? The first place, the first rank, the first topper. So everybody can understand and everybody can make effort for or to make effort to achieve excellence. But when we talk about this competition, it's the only one who can be the first and who claims to be the special out of the others. Are we able to see this? See, these are two different things. Whatever we had discussed in the previous slide, checking out how many students can achieve excellence and how many students can come first in the class, both are two different things. The one is to compete to be special, to make sure that I am different and I am special. I am special, which means I don't have anyone at my level or I don't have anyone above me. So everyone is below me. So it's like I don't want anyone to come to my level, which means basically I am feeling this opposition with the other. I don't want him to come to my level. I don't want her to, do as I do. And always when you look into this competition, it's like I make the other as my reference. I want to beat her. I want to get a mark, at least 2 or 3 marks more than him. I want to do this and I want to be a different, I should be very special than him. So it's like I'm being having this feeling of opposition. And competition, it doesn't have an relative completion point, right? It's in relative. Whenever the other is going to go up higher, then I have that as the reference, and I want to have this competition, which is being relative, no completion point. And I do prevent the other to coming to my level. So how I will do it? I will try to put in so much of effort, or I may try to dominate and exploit the other. So either way, I should be on the top. Either I have to put on my efforts or the other should not. And all those things are based on my preconditioning, right? Like I want to be special, I'm different. So these are some of the preconditioning I have. And based on that, I operate. I do all this under over evaluation. Like I over evaluate me and the under evaluate the others. So I don't go on with the right evaluation. And I'm dictator. Like I don't have the control. It's like I have the reference on the other. So whatever the others does, and then that reflects on me. So I try to work on that to become the special. But what happens when we are trying for this excellence? When I have a program for this excellence, basically complementing each other for excellence. So when I talk about excellence, and am I able to see that the other is like me? We are complementary to each other, which means that I have this trust, I have this respect on the other. And excellence is, it has a definite point, right? It has a definite point where I say someone has excelled when he or she is able to have this continuity of happiness in her or him. So it's like I have the self-confident and I am being the self-referential. I don't have a reference outside, whereas I have the reference within me to check whether I am able to ensure this continuity of happiness. So I am trying for excellence. Everyone can attain this excellence, so the others will also be trying for excellence. So with the feeling of relationship, I help the other to come to my level. Or if the other is at some higher level, I make an effort to learn from the other. Either way, it's going to benefit. Either I try to help the other or I try to get help from the other. As I'm able to see that we are complementary to each other. This basically means that I'm operating with my natural acceptance. So I have this assurance, that is the trust on the other. And I do also do this right evaluation of myself on the other. So all these are based on my natural acceptance. So I feel that the other is similar to me and we are complementary and with a feeling of relationship. Either I help the other or I get help from the other. So thereby, both of us are able to work towards this excellence. Are we able to see this? The basic difference of competing with each other to show that I'm special and complementing each other to become or to have this excellence. So now we have seen the difference. And if I'm able to see this difference, then which way would you like to choose? Which one seems to be naturally acceptable to you? Is it competing to be special or complementing for excellence? Are we able to decide for ourselves as how to go on? And when we look into this a program to have excellence, see, we can see there are so many people who are helping me to go on with this program for my excellence. We can check, we can see for ourselves how many people are helping us to make the efforts. So the feeling for those who have worked for my excellence is gratitude. See, we can start with our family members, right? When we are small kid, then our entire world is like the entire world of us, the entire world for the baby will be the family. So we can see that the parents, the siblings, all the family members will be having this feeling of care, affection, trust, right? And the kids will also have all those feelings towards the parents and their relatives. So, starting from there, we have so many people around us who have all these feelings towards us and who would have helped me in developing the right understanding and right feeling in me. There is one more category of people who have provided me with the necessary physical facility. Are we able to see this? The one is for the self and the another is for my body. So we do have people, some of the people who will be helping us to have both the things. Do we have this feeling of gratitude towards all these people who are helping us in the development of right understanding and right feelings, and also who are helping us with the necessary physical facility? What do you think? Do we have this feeling of gratitude towards them? And gratitude is significant in the development of relationship, isn't it? So we can do this. Uh, we can just try to understand. If I ask you, uh, just let me know for how many people you feel or you have this feeling of gratitude. So we can do this simple thing. We can list down the help that we are receiving. See, it's not only from the friends or the family members, but it's from everyone. So we may be knowing few, we may not be knowing few. So for example, let us make a list of needs. For example, this food. And this food, how do you get this food? The food that is served to you on the plate, do you think it just involves one or two people? Obviously, it involves someone to cook it up. Yeah. So the people either in the mess, hostel, or at home, mom, they will be preparing or cooking up the food. Fine. But now the question is, how do they get the materials to cook? There must be someone who brings up the material from the raw materials from the market to the place so that it can be cooked. Okay. Then how does the raw materials get into the market? Somebody is helping in growing the food. Somebody is helping in taking up those grown food items to the market. Somebody is taking it up from the market to your house. Somebody is then preparing it up into the food that we are going to take. So even if we see that someone who is growing up the food, how is that he is able to do it up? See, when we go on looking at how is that we are able to get the needs that we want, then it's like a huge number of people. See, this is not only for the food. We can also see uh, the utensils which we are using for cooking, the furnitures on which you are sitting, the construction, even the electronic gadgets that you have, even the notebook, pen, pencil, chalk, whatever you have around you. Even though if you have a money to get it up, but it includes lots and lots of work and people, not only the people, we can see that we use the cow, goats in the farm. So everyone is helping us. We can try to count the total number of people. See, we may know the people who are directly helping us, like the milkman who is bringing up milk to our doorstep. But there are also people who are involved indirectly, just for a single meal. So, this is what can we count the total number of people who are directly or indirectly involved in ensuring just one meal for us. See, we may have so much of money, but even if I'm going to provide so much of money, if these people are not involved, if they do not participate, what will happen? See, I hope this is the scenario when we had this COVID and lockdown few years before. I think you all would have been doing your school days when this COVID emerged out to me the pandemic where we had the lockdowns. And that is the time where we would have realized that even though I have money with me, without the help of the others, I am not able to get the basic need, including the fruits and vegetables. So even in the apartment where I lived, it's like we'll be having the money, but how will you get the fruits and vegetables unless the other is going to take it up from the market and bring it to you? So even you have money, if these peoples do not participate willingly, then what will happen? So when we say gratitude, gratitude is not only for those who come in direct contact with me, but it also involves all those who are indirectly involved in the process of ensuring or helping me to develop in right understanding and right feeling, and also in ensuring or providing the physical facility, which is the need of my body. So, self reflection or the self check, we can check whether you have a feeling of gratitude for all those who have made efforts for you in your life. So, these are certain things which we can have a reflection. So, are you able to appreciate both what has been done as well as what has not been done? I mean, having a holistic, complete picture. Are we having this or are we mainly focusing on what has not been done? My parents didn't get me this model of mobile. Maybe some of the complaint from our end. I would like to have this, but they got it this. I like to do something in this institute, but they made me to join here. So how is that our focus? Are we focusing only on what has not been done? Do you have a feeling of gratitude for the other continuously? So this is the another thing which we want to look into. Is it like the feeling of gratitude comes and goes? Like when I feel that, yeah, the other has done this, the milkman has bought me the milk today. So I feel gratitude now. And the next time, oh, it's his duty to do it. And that's what we are paying him money. Are we having this feeling of gratitude for the other continuously, or it comes and goes? And another question for self-reflection, are we making the effort for ensuring the right feelings in yourself and expressing them to the other? Or are we expecting all this? See, my mother would have done this. It's her duty to do, but I have done this to her. I helped her in cutting the vegetables. So she should be feeling grateful towards me. Are we having such kind of things which is going on? Just check and have a reflection. So this is an assignment. This is an assignment for us where we will write a letter to at least one person for whom you have a feeling of gratitude. It can be anyone. Just recall what all they have done for you, for your excellence. You can also write it up. You will be having certain things which can be recalled. You can also write it up separately. And if it is okay, you can also share it up with them, because most of the time what we do, we had the self-reflection, right? Where the three questions popped out. We look only at what has not been done, and gratitude at times it come when someone does what I expect, then gratitude comes. And this is how we go about. So we might have missed to convey this feeling of gratitude to the other. So we can do this. We can write it up, or you can also send the text expressing how grateful you feel towards the other for what all they have done. So this is how we try to express the feeling. So with this, when I move further, so I will just verify this on the basis of own natural acceptance. How is that you want to be related? Do you want to be related to no one? Or do you want to be related to one or many or everyone? What is naturally acceptable? What do you think? When I say I want to be related to none, which means I don't have this feeling of relatedness to anyone. So I'm in complete opposition to everyone. When I say I want to be related with one or many, I mean like few, with my family members, with my friends, that's fine. Which means I have this feeling of relatedness with the other, which is nothing but the affection. But when I say my natural acceptance is to have this feeling of relationship with everyone, that is the feeling of being related to all, with whom I come in contact, with whom I don't come in contact, with everyone. So this is the feeling of love, the feeling of being related to all. This is the complete value in relationship. Are we able to see this? But what is happening now? If the feeling of being related to everyone is love, then what are the assumptions that is related to love? Do we confuse this excitement for the feeling, like the sensation which I'm getting from the other when I see the other, when I talk with the other, or the sensation taking from the other? All these are the short-lived excitement. And am I confusing this for the feeling? Am I able to see that these sensations or excitement, when I go on with it, then the continuity is not possible? Can any sensation give you continuity? We need to check for ourselves. Taste. It's a sensation. Can you have this continuity of taste? Can you eat for every moment, be it the most favorable sweet of yours? Can you take it for every moment continuously? Can check it up. If you like gulab jamuns, just try to take gulab jamuns continuously. Start with one piece, go on with 5, 10, 15, 20, and just try to find out whether you are able to get the taste sensation in continuity. The next is the infatuation, assuming the other to be the source of your happiness. See, all these things we would have gone through, like love at first sight. And when you come into the college, at this age, you should be having a girlfriend or boyfriend. See, the other is having about 4 to 5 girlfriends and boyfriends, but I have only one. This is a kind of assumption that the other is the source of my happiness. So I'll be happy if I have a girlfriend. So even then, even here, we can check whether the continuity is possible. When I have the source of happiness outside, is the continuity possible here? But let me go on with this right understanding. What we have seen, the feeling of being related to all is love. When I'm able to have this right understanding that this is a feeling where I'm able to ensure that relatedness with everyone, then will I be able to have the continuity here? And moreover, which option is naturally acceptable to you? Is it to have this assumption that love is something related with the sensation from the other? Or assuming that the source of my happiness is other? Or ensuring this right understanding within me as what the feeling of love is, and then share it up with the other? Share it up to the others, which means I'm feeling responsible towards everyone, towards the mutual relationship, where with the right understanding, the continuity is possible. So it's like when we started to discuss about the harmony in the family, we started with the trust, respect, affection, care, guidance. When we are able to ensure all these things within, then the feeling of being related to all follows naturally. So love is a natural outcome and expression of having the right understanding and right feeling in oneself. I hope you are able to see this. So to sum up with this session, we started with the affection, which is the feeling of being related to all. So with affection, we have the responsibility and commitment towards the other, by which the care and guidance follows naturally. Excellence is understanding and living in harmony. So in order to make effort for excellence, I need to collaborate rather than having this competition. And reverence is the feeling of acceptance for excellence. Gratitude is the feeling for those who have made effort for my excellence. And finally, with all these feelings, I have this natural outcome of love, which is the complete value. So, with the right feeling in me, I am able to ensure happiness and I'm able to rightly relate with the other and work for mutual happiness. That is the justice and relationship. So, with this, we do have this home assignment where you can suggest some of the ways in which we can develop affection among the different batches in your institute or the students of the same batch, that is your class. Make a list of people that you take inspiration from. Like these are the pointers. Evaluate if they are living in harmony. Evaluate the feelings you have for them. Evaluate if they are helping others to live in harmony. And note things that you would like to learn from them. 2 steps to take to work for excellence. The third is make a list of people in your family, in college, and also in the larger society who are directly or indirectly participating in fulfilling your needs. And how is your interaction with them? What is your contribution? Which basically means how you are behaving with them when they are helping you up in fulfilling your needs. And finally, try to distinguish between love and infatuation. What do you mostly think about? Is it love or infatuation? So these are for this week's assignment, and I'm sorry I have taken 2 minutes excess of the time schedule. So if we have questions or reflection, we will quickly take it up, or else we can end the session for today. Any questions or reflection? So if there is nothing more to discuss, then we will meet on the next Wednesday with the next session. And over to you, Parikshit Bhaiya.
Thank you, Siddhasnidhi, for this enriching informative session. So, certainly like to have more such session, and we'll meet next Wednesday, same time, for more such exploration. So thank you, everybody. Namaste.